Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Oh,
Hello, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing okay? Yes, Daisy's on early. It's too darn hot to get outside, so I said I will come on here and talk about this case. As many of you all know, that last night I was briefly going over this case because it reminds me a lot of um, Sebastian Rogers, because this little girl went missing without her shoes and everything else. Well, her family came in last night. Her stepsister came in last night and told us some awful news that, like, law enforcement hasn't even came out and did a report on this little girl. She's been missing for 2 weeks. She was going on vacation. They were just stopping there for overnight. She had no shoes on. Da 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 da. And I am like so blown away that law enforcement is not searching for this child. So I decided to take it upon myself to bring attention to this. So that's why I tagged Nancy Grace, Court TV, Law and Crime, Duty Ron, anybody that could help this family find this child. And so, if you're not aware of this case, this little girl went missing 2 weeks ago from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. She's 13 years old. uh, Estefani Rodriguez. Her family told us last night that they were staying there at that house with friends um, and we did see the video where the little girl was trying to plug in her cell phone at 3 o'clock in the morning. She kicked her shoes off and she went down the hall like she was going to bed. The family thinks that she stepped outside to try to find a cell phone cord and someone grabbed her. They said it was a very bad neighborhood, but the worst part of it is that freaking law enforcement has not even been searching for this young girl. Like, they hadn't even got her cell phone. The family still has her cell phone. We all know about teenagers and cell phone. 13-year-old disappeared from Oklahoma City June 13th, 2024. She's 5'2" tall, weighs 130 pounds. She has brown hair. Estefana may be in local city area and traveling to surroundings. Her family is scared that she has been trafficked because they can't get any help from law enforcement. Hey, Gail. Hey, Victoria. Hey, Maddie's mom. Let's see who else we got in here, y'all. Lynetta, Crooked Arrow. Victoria, Walk the Line. Dee Dee, I love you, Dee Dee. Chris Miller. Daniel Barry, Tams, Taylor. Um, let's see who else we got in here. Yeah. So, oh shoot, sorry guys. It keeps going to that video. Y'all know what I watch. I watch hoof cleaning videos. Okay, so let me type her back in. I want to see if I can find the actual video of her. They actually done this is it right here. We played this last night. This is of a girl. She's not real familiar with it all. But the part that she says about the family being one of the family members being an RSO, um, is I want to show you the video. Hang on. Her family cleared that up. He wasn't nowhere near her that night. So this is actually the video of her. Hang on, let me see if I can make this bigger. This is the video of her at 3 o'clock in the morning. She was trying to plug in her cell phone. And let me take this down so y'all can see this. And you see there, she kicks her shoes off right there. She goes down the hall. She comes back. Her shoes is still off. She plugs her cell phone in. This was the last thing she was wearing was those pants, that shirt with no shoes. It's just like Sebastian Rogers' case. Hey, Connie. Hey, Angel Loader. Hey, Nunya Bizwax. Yes, I did Auntie Sherry and okay. And so this was the last actual footage at 3 a.m. in the morning. Now, her Aunt Stephanie, her sister Stephanie, her stepsister, was in here last night and says that law enforcement has still not come to her house and looked for this child. They have her phone, they have everything. Not one search has been done by law enforcement. They have not even been to the house. What is going on, y'all? What is going on? Is there human trafficking involved? Is there human trafficking? Because the family is scared. Miss Daisy, you should watch my live from yesterday. I will after my live here, Taylor. But what in tarnation is going on here, you all? Why isn't law enforcement? The family said that there was a high crime rate here, that there was in this area, and that they think she's just a runaway. Does that little girl look like she's running away? Does she look like she's running away? No. This little girl's on vacation. She's getting ready to go to Texas on a beautiful vacation. She's wanting to go to bed. She just wants her cell phone charged up. Why is law enforcement not? trying to find this little girl. That's what I don't understand. And did the same thing happen to Sebastian Wayne Rogers? Did the same thing happen to her? What happened to him? I just don't know. I just don't understand it. Why they're not out here searching? Why isn't the news reporting it? When I look her up, I can't find a. Well, the family did say that they talked to the news last night, so let's see if we can find that on her. Because right here it is. Let's watch it. I can't believe the news is not. You know, let's see if there's a video. Let me pull this video up of her. I had Edward D from Unfound Podcast. Oh, okay. Let's see. This here, the news did it. Let's see. Estefani. Let's see if they did news. She said they did. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is asking for help in finding Oklahoma City girl who has been missing for 2 weeks. Estefani Rodriguez, 13, was last seen at her home in Oklahoma City. The center said police believe she, darn it, may be in the surrounding areas. Okay. I don't see a video. She actually said that they did a they did a news, but I can't find the news on it. So let me see what we find. But it's a shame, y'all. It's a shame that this little girl, that there's no publicity. Law enforcement is not looking for this child at all. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I told him to reach out to Duty Ron, and I also told him to reach out to um put her information here up. There is a flyer in this. You can't find hardly anything. I asked her sister, did she want to come up and talk about it? She says she has to work, but hey, wannabe sleuthing, hasn't the family completely shut down since the info on the sister because came out? No, they said that they trusted YouTubers and that YouTubers stirred up a lot of trouble on that. But no, I don't think they have. She was in here last night, but she said that the sister's husband was nowhere near this little girl. He was in Texas. But the thing of the matter is why hasn't law enforcement been there to file a missing persons report? Why are they treating it like a runaway? This is a 12-year-old little girl. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand why they're. This is the same thing that happened to Sebastian, y'all. He walked out the door without his shoes on. And I believe, just like her family believes, that she went outside to get a phone cord to see if she could find one without her shoes on, and somebody grabbed her. Her family voiced concerns last night for human trafficking. They are worried that she might have been human trafficked. So yeah, I know it's possible that the two are not related. You can you are correct though. The police needs to focus and stop failing these kids. Absolutely. Like she needs police to come there and take her phone. She needs she needs bloodhounds there. They need to bring in a whole team and search for her like they did Sebastian, like they did Summer, like they did Madeline Soto, like they do every other missing case. Why are they not doing it? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I agree. Gray Hughes Investigates would be another good one. Occasionally he goes on court TV. Exactly. The family needs connections. They need to be able to get this out there. Court TV, Nancy Grace, um, Duty Ron, because he works with AquaSearch. You name it. They need to be. any big YouTuber. I have a small YouTube channel, y'all, but I'm gonna do my best to try to bring it as much as I can. Hey, Debbie Nelson, so I can help this little girl be found. Maybe law enforcement needs to do something. They need to come out there and search her phone. They need to do something. I don't get it. Let's turn it around. Look for them first before declaring them a runaway. I'd like to see the law and exact. Exactly. I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. Hey, Vanilla Bean. And this case is a lot like Sebastian Rogers, y'all. A lot. But you can actually see in this video that this little girl did not look like she was running away. Now, was she talking to somebody on that phone? Maybe she was. Maybe she was talking to somebody on that phone. Who knows? But she does not look like, look, her shoes are there. She does not look like she's wanting to run away in any way, shape, or form. It frustrates me. Why is law enforcement not looking? This is a baby. This little girl does not look like she's going to run away. I had a hard time sleeping last night thinking about her, Estefani. I know. Me too. And for anybody that don't know what that flashing is, literally, hey H Davis, how are you? I know a lot of people don't know this, but it's been proven. A lot of people, this is through the Ring Door camera, will pick this up. An iPhone flashes a picture every 5 seconds of you. Every 5 seconds, your iPhone is flashing a picture of you. That's good, H Davis. That's good. Hey, bless Lulu. Ellie needs to date train up to date training. Not all missing kids are runaways. Exactly. Hey, Riley's nanny, how are you? I wish that somehow that I had connections with bigger YouTubers, that I had connections with to get this girl's little face out here, to get the truth out here, not speculating, not running after the family. I believe and her family believes that she has been trafficked. But dang, even if it ain't, the law enforcement needs to come out there and investigate. Have any of you ever kicked off your shoes prior to going outside to run away? I don't think she done that. I don't think she, no, she didn't do that for runaway. She walked outside. She's kicked her shoes off and she's got outside somehow. She's either walked outside or something. I mean, something happened to this little girl. Whether somebody broke in that house and got her, whether she walked out the oh, that's your point. That's true, sleuthing. That is true. Um, but I could feel the frustrations from her family last night. I could really feel the frustrations. Her stepsister was in the chat, and they have been working to try to get it out there. But I guess the family had reached out to YouTubers, and the YouTubers turned on them and tried to blame the family. That's what I understand. And so now the family's not speaking to any YouTubers. What they need to do is they need to reach out to bigger places like Nancy Grace. And that's what I told them last night. Duty Ron, Court TV, Law and Crime, any big place, any big channel that can get this ICML, even ICML Grizzly True Crime, that has a big following behind them, to get this little girl's face out there. I'm going to continue to advocate for her. I have a lot of people that's not true crime that is subscribed to me. Maybe they could see this and do something. I ran away at 13 years old with a 27-year-old man. Ellie did nothing, and I came back with a baby. This has been a problem for many years. Gray Hughes, right. I know, it's just, it makes no sense to me at all. Hang on, y'all. I I mean, even if she did run away, which I don't think she ran away, the family thinks that there's trafficking. Y'all, trafficking is way worse than what we think. It's everywhere. It's in our backyards. Trafficking, whether it's big ringleader trafficking, or if it or a small town trafficking ring. I think a majority of these missing children is has succumbed to some sort of trafficking. Too many children are missing every day. Thousands of children around the world are becoming missing. And it's just like that people are not opening up their eyes and seeing that, hey, this is real. We need to watch our children. We need to protect our children and watch out for other children. If you see a young girl like this little young girl right here that snuck out of her house, this little 12-year-old uh, right here, Joselyn, that was brutally unalived and SA'd by two immigrants in Texas. Now, I know there was people that seen this young girl walking around at 2 o'clock in the morning. I know they were. Why are these kids up all hours of the night? Right? I know. Well, they get on their cell phones. You know how they do. That's what happened with this little girl right here. She snuck out to call her boyfriend, went down to the 7-Eleven where the two immigrants come across her, lured her under a bridge, and brutally unalived her and allegedly raped her, basically. And now everybody is outraged over it. But if you see a young girl out at 16 years old, or if you see a young girl that shouldn't be out anywhere by themselves, watch that child. I always do that. If I'm out somewhere and I see a mother not paying attention to her child, I'll try to keep an eye on that child till it catches up with its mom. I have literally seen women walking out across the damn parking lot of Walmart while their little 2 and 3 year old walks 50 feet behind them and they're not even paying attention. Your mom kept bells on the door. I mean, we need to, well, the little 12-year-old mom, she warned her about the dangers, but I guess she thought that the dangers wasn't for her, and now they buried her. She's gone. And I fear for this little girl too. I fear for this little girl's safety. I mean, you think law enforcement would at least come there, investigate, take her phone, search the neighbors. I mean, why? That's what I don't get. Is this a bigger thing than what we think? Is this a trafficking ring, elite style trafficking ring going on in that area? And y'all know that I've talked about the elites. Y'all know that I have talked about the elites and what they do, and how these rich people, with their sickness and what they do, the celebrities and all. But they seek small children, not just teenage kids, but small children as well. So I don't get it. I don't understand why law enforcement is not searching for this baby girl. It frustrates me. And so, yeah. I also, let me see. What did let me pull up my Facebook here. We'll see. Hang on just a second. Uh, I've shared that one. Uh, I wanted to show you this. This is not Estefan's family. This is actually Jocelyn's family. Let me take this down and bring that up. But I found another, I guess, her father and her mother, another interview with them. And I feel like it's interesting of what her mother has to say. So here we go.
Alexis, you mentioned earlier that you feel compelled after the loss of your precious child to talk to the American people about this. Please take that opportunity and tell them what you
I have to stop it periodically because of the music. So this is the mother and father of Joselyn, the little girl that was brutally unalived under the bridge by two immigrants that should have never been in our country.
want them to understand.
I want the nation all around the world to understand that she was a child. She was my child. She was my firstborn. She was a preteen that was slowly becoming this beautiful, beautiful young lady.
This mother is absolutely devastated, y'all. This is so sad. And you know what? I think Biden should have to listen to this mother. I think Biden should have to listen to this mother cry because it's ultimately his fault.
And she was going so far. She had admiration of dreams and aspiring goals that she wanted to do in life. She was going to make it. She was going to do things. And these men, these illegal men, took that opportunity from my daughter, from our family, of watching her become this amazing person.
I have to say, this mother is very, very, very strong. Mashito, Mashimo will be the death of all of our girls if he wins. And I'm typically fairly liberal. That's so scary. That's so scary. Hey, Southern blessed mom. Biden wouldn't care. They live off the exactly Southern blessed mom. And I wish people would wake up to that and quit saying it's conspiracy theories because too many celebrities has come out about it for it to be conspiracy theories. It's not conspiracy theories anymore. Celebrities have come out and literally talked about it. All right. Hang on just a second. Yeah, I'll finish this up.
So now, with her voice being ripped away from her, I am going to be her voice and stand strong and try to make a difference in this world, because this has got to stop. We have to stop burying our kids. This is not right. We have to have more reinforcement when it comes to letting people in. This is not okay. It's not okay.
Sorry guys about that. I want to bring up another thing. It's so sad that is. Um what was it I found? And I want to prove to you all that this is happening more and more because I shared it last night on my thing. This is her funeral, y'all. I want to show y'all this right quick before I move on. This is that little girl's funeral. I can't play the music, but I can show you the I can put that on mute. I can show you this. This is her funeral, little Jocelyn's funeral, that was brutally unalived by two um, immigrants in Texas. They're playing music to this by Selena. Um, what that's beautiful, ain't it, y'all? That's beautiful. Um, but this shouldn't be happening. This little girl should not be being put under 6 foot under in a grave. She should be living her best life. Masculine is defined as a strong or aggressive, masculine, and it's apparently a huge part of the Hispanic culture. Same age as your baby. This poor mother. And this is sad because this little child, even though she disobeyed her mom and snuck out the door, she had no idea what kind of monster that she was going to encounter. Monsters. Now, for those of you who call me a conspiracy theorist and that I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about these celebrities and how they are sick pedos, right here you go, y'all. Listen to this. Wait, I haven't brought it up yet. Sorry. Hang on, y'all. Let me bring this up. I want to show you all this. These people are sickos, y'all. Hang on.
Y'all, this is awful. An adult film star has been arrested over horrific charges regarding child porn, or SA material, as we like to call it. Austin Wolf was arrested in New York City for child ABUSE material. Austin's real name is reportedly Justin Heath Smith, and he has been charged with sending and receiving hundreds of videos of child SA material through the Telegram messaging app between March 24th and March 28th of this year. He allegedly sent and received images that depicted children as young as infants. And one video even showed a 10-year-old that was bound and raped. Unreal. He is further accused of possessing hundreds of additional videos containing child SA material in his Manhattan apartment. Now listen to what one of his last social media posts said. He wrote, "Have you seen what happens to little boys that follow me to the locker room? How sick." There's also allegedly a video that showed a child being beaten, bound, and raped. Investigators said they caught him after they seized the phone of a person he had allegedly been exchanging child SA material with. An undercover FBI agent then contacted Justin's alleged anonymous Instagram account, and Justin reportedly gave details in the chat that did confirm his identity. The FBI conducted a search warrant at his apartment where they found an SD card with hundreds of videos showing child ABUSE. The investigation into Justin is ongoing, and authorities are asking anyone with additional information about this to please contact the FBI immediately. It was scheduled to be arraigned today in a Manhattan court, but I'm not sure how that hearing went. I haven't heard yet. He is accused, though, of one count of distribution and receipt of child SA material and one count of possession of child SA material. And in my opinion, he deserves way more charges. He does face up to 20 years in prison if he is convicted of these charges. Reportedly, Justin has around 800,000 followers on Instagram and nearly 1 million on Twitter, or X, I should say. I'm sorry. But I hope everybody unfollows him. This is just terrible. Do whatever as an adult. Leave the children out of it. Just sick.
Amen. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay. How are you? Now, when I say there's big elite trafficking, there's also small trafficking. This one is a big, big trigger warning, but this happened in Middlesboro, Kentucky, where they found the DNA of 9 men and a 16-month-old baby that was unalived in Middlesboro, Kentucky. Well, this is a good example of that. But this is a huge trigger warning. This is a big trigger warning, guys. But I just want to prove to you that people on drugs and some people, this has nothing to do with those other 2 cases, but it does have to do with trafficking, will do anything for money, and that includes hurting their own children. Trigger warning, double trigger warning, triple trigger warning. Okay? Very, 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 very bad material here. Very bad.
Sentenced to over 800 years in prison, and this is quite frankly one of the most grotesque things I've ever read about. This evil flesh sack is Natalie Wagner, and she, in 2022, was arrested in Port St. Lucie, Florida, on numerous grotesque counts. Back in 2022, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children received a tip about a mother advertising doing horrific things with her children. They were sent a Snapchat, and Snapchat was able to trace the IP address to this asshole. Allegedly, she was advertising content with her children. Disgusting content. She would ask people what they wanted to see. She would then do it on her 1-year-old and 3-year-old son and then send it to them for the price of $5 to $50. She would also
Hey,
allegedly perform acts with the family dog as well. She would then send them to the people who paid for them and then demand that they delete the videos after they were finished with them. She also had a Dropbox where she would upload videos and share with individuals for a price. Again, between $5 and $50, because that's all she thought her children were worth. Now, the 800 years she has just been sentenced to is strictly only on the charges regarding the 3-year-old. She still has not been indicted on the charges regarding the 1-year-old and the charges involving the dog. Let that sink in. 800 years, and she hasn't even been fully through trial and charges yet. Now, allegedly, her ex husband and father of the children, William Wagner, lived with her at the time, but apparently she hid this from him. He was sentenced to 5 years probation back in 2023 after he pled no contest to a charge of child neglect. The children are now in a safe environment. The 3-year-old is in counseling, and they are hoping to God that the 1-year-old will not remember anything that they went through. And they are now starting the process of going after each individual that she sent the disgustingness to and bringing charges on every single person that paid for this.
yeah, yeah, y'all. That is not good. Hey, Kim, how are you? So that just lets you know how sick people are, and now people are. It's just horrible, y'all. Animals don't even treat their children the way some of these people are treating their children. And the worse the drug problem gets, the worse it's going to be. The worse that the immigration thing happens, the worse it's going to be. I'm going to play this again of this little Estefani Rodriguez just to keep her little face out here. And hopefully, with enough pressure, we can get law enforcement to actually come out there and investigate this little girl's missing. Hey, WR. Hey, Kimmy. Because last night, this little girl's family came in my live stream and proceeded in telling me that law enforcement has never even showed up, and it's been 2 weeks since this little girl's missing. I'm going to pull up that live stream from last night so you guys can see and hear the last part of it. And it blowed me away because I thought the case was a lot like Sebastian Rogers' case, so that's why I was talking about it. I did not know that her family was listening in. And so I'm going to pull that live stream up, the whole live stream of this, and I'm going to show you the comments because it's actually in the comments. So, and it was like, it says Estefani Rodriguez, Stephanie. She's actually in the chart in the chat. So I'm going to pull this up. So, and I'm going to show you all this. Oh, actually, I talked about this case a little bit more than what I thought. So here we go.
So this missing 13-year-old girl, she went missing from Oklahoma. Estefani Rodriguez she's been missing for, I believe, now last seen June 14th, and today is June 23rd. 9 days. Tomorrow will be day 10, and there's not a lot of coverage on this missing teen. So I'm going to go over what I was able to find. I didn't do too much digging. It's been kind of a busy day, but I was able to find some information through some groups and folks that have gathered a timeline basically on this so far. Now, what we know so far is that she's 13 years old. She was last seen June 14th, 2024, around 3:15 a.m. Okay, there is a bit of a ring camera video, which I'm going to show momentarily as well.
Yeah.
But it's very strange. I don't know what the.
And she was also barefooted, and the family actually thinks that she stepped outside to get a phone cord, and one of the neighbors or somebody was out there and got her. And I think this could have very well happened to Sebastian. Miss Daisy, you have a crazy guy who escaped from prison on the loose and supposedly is in Tennessee. TBI is on the lookout for him. He hitches rides and unalives women. Please be careful. Thank you, Pam. Thank you for
The
warning
fast
me about
forward
that.
just
I'll
a
keep
little
an eye
bit
out.
to
I'll
where
let Stephanie comes in.
the
They're freaking everywhere. They're like freaking yeah.
because the police labeled her
Let me. Okay, this is part where Stephanie,
her face out there.
stepsister,
Let's keep the
comes
word
in.
out and hope that we can find this 13-year-old and bring her home safe and sound.
Amen. Her name is Estefani Rodriguez, y'all. She's 13 years old from Arkansas. She last was seen in Oklahoma City at her other home in her house with her shoes off. That is not a good thing, y'all. I'll try to find out more information as I can on this. I'll definitely try to find out more information um, as I can find out about her. I do want to say if you've not subscribed to my channel, please hit that like and subscribe, and please consider becoming a member of the Critters Crime family. That helps my channel to grow and helps me to bring y'all more content. Her, but this is just exactly like Sebastian Rogers' case. Just exactly. Um, except she was seen on a doorbell inside the house. And so they knew she was there. She didn't look like she was going to leave. She looked like she was going to bed in that video. Let me play it back. She looked like she was going to bed. I don't know why some people grab a hold of these stories and some people don't. She's Hispanic. And as you can see, she's wanting to charge her phone. She's got her shoes on there. She kicks her shoes off. Then she must come back because her shoes is off now. And she's trying to fix something there. I don't know if it's a phone cord. She's got her light on her phone. She's charging her phone, and she's probably charging her phone, and then she probably goes to bed without no shoes on. Maybe she went back to get her phone, and that's when she got grabbed. But wouldn't it have picked it up though? Wouldn't it have picked it up on the ring doorbell if she went back to get her phone? Or did she take the phone with her?
We know now that
I don't know, but she's little, y'all. She's not a big girl.
I'm going to fast forward
She's a little girl.
Stephanie
She looks like
coming
she's about
when Stephanie,
they used to live in
her
Oklahoma 6 months
name is Stephanie.
6 months before this. That's how they knew the people whose house they were staying in. Oh, okay. So they've read it wrong. The news has got it wrong then. They must have sold the house or maybe rented the house or something. Either way, that's sad, y'all.
And you'll see here in a minute where the step
They were headed to Texas
correct,
on vacation.
corrects us.
I know. She was wanting to have a good time, y'all. Look how long it took to put an Amber Alert on Summer and so many other cases. This needs to be done immediately. It can be canceled when children are found. Amen. I agree. I think every child missing case should be treated like an Amber Alert. I still got Sebastian Rogers Amber Alert on my phone. It was the 27th. I got an Amber Alert on Sebastian Rogers on the 27th. So,
Hey, Gigi.
so they're definitely suspecting some foul play here. And it does not look good for this little girl at all. Definitely does not look good for her. So, so sad. And it's usually a family member, y'all, that does this. It's usually a family member
And so somebody came
that
in.
does this to children when
Someone was talking about the
stepsister's husband being an RSO. But you will see Stephanie, the stepsister, come in and say, he was in Texas. He was nowhere near that. That is not true. Law enforcement has not been out here to investigate. This girl's been missing for 2 weeks, and law enforcement has not been. And you'll see here after Spike World comes in and talks, Stephanie will come in and tell, and that's her stepsister. Children goes missing, or if there's something like this happening, it is usually a family member. That's the sad part of it. The oldest daughter was living in the home. I heard about that. Let's see. Spike World said, well, 10 days after she went missing, the police still wouldn't come do a report. I don't know if they have by now or not. I will ask. That is horrible. Do you live close to this, Spike's World? Please. What in the H is wrong with the darn? And you'll see last night that police still not has police after 2 weeks still has not come and did a report on this missing little girl. What is wrong with law enforcement not wanting to come and do a report on a missing child? What in the world is going on? If I was her family, I would sue the sheet out of the freaking police department. I cannot believe that. That's horrible. Poor baby. Oh, okay. So you talk to the friends. Wow. I can't believe that. This baby, look at her. She's a baby. She didn't just sneak out of the house. She was wanting to go to bed. The other little girl did sneak out of the house, but she did not deserve to be brutally unalive like she was. I wouldn't went to the police. I would have went to the police department and raised HELL. Me too. And you know what? If I would have worked at that 7-Eleven and I saw a little 12-year-old girl walking around with a bunch of guys that were hanging out before she got there, I think I would have made that little girl, I would have done something. I would have called and had her escorted home or something. Yes, that's why no alerts or nothing. They said she will come back. They won't come and even do a report. Oh my goodness. She's 13. The victim of the RSO was 15. Wow. I hope this family sues the Batutas off of the police department. Why would they not do it? Why would they not? They can't just assume that a child. How long has she been missing, Spike's World? Do you know? I know it's only been a week or so. I wonder how long she's actually been missing. Poor baby. I hate this. This child right here was not trying to run away. This child was just enjoying her vacation time, trying to plug up her phone. 16 days or something, I will look. Wow. And do they have an Amber Alert or anything out yet? Too many fingers get pointed to victims. They shouldn't have is always said the fingers need to be pointed to a perpetrator. They shouldn't have accountability. If someone unalived this baby and they didn't do the proper stuff that they should do to file a police report, that family should sue the crap out of that police department. We need to make this more aware. We need to keep her little face out there. I know my channel is not the biggest, but I'm going to try to get some flyers and post them. And I'm going to try to do some more live streams on her so we can bring awareness to her. Because this baby needs to be seen more. This needs to be brought to public more. Bigger channels need to get a hold of this too. Hang on, y'all. I got to take my medicine. My nightly medicine, y'all. This is sad. But this case does remind me of Sebastian's case. Because I think that they need to look into neighbors of Sebastian. I really do. I think instead of going after Katie and Chris, I seen that there was a uncle that people are being suspicious of. Can you imagine being that family? They can't go home due to their missing child. This makes it even harder. Right. 24 hours is usually what they wait. But this is a child we are talking about, right? 15 days ago. Hey, Birdie, how are you? 15 days ago. Have they done an Amber Alert on her yet? Has there even been an Amber Alert issued? No. Nothing. Wow. About 2 weeks ago. Hey, Maddie. I wonder if Nancy Grace has got a hold of this. The uncle played games online with Sebastian. I seen that. Boy, does he look a little shady, don't he? I'm not saying he did anything, but hey, Maddie. You never know, y'all. Look, my cousin got me. I never thought he would ever hurt me. But he did. You never know. Whoever got hold of Sebastian took him out of there. He's not in that area. I believe Taco is the uncle's name. Yeah, that's what they call the RSO is uncle, but he's no blood, nothing, no nothing. Yeah, because he's married to the auntie, and I don't see how a woman could live with a man and not know that they're creepos. You would think there would be like a red flag there or something. Some women don't know because they've never been exposed, but people like us, that's majority of the people in the true crime community has been victims of SA, and so we're all on the lookout. But there's genuinely naive people out here that don't even think things like this happen. So that could have been the case, but you would have thought that there would have been a red flag when it came to your husband being an RSO. So obviously he likes little young teenage girls. This poor baby, that does not look good for her. It does not. And she was just a regular little girl wanting to go on vacation with her family. And she was probably excited about going on vacation with her family. That's sad. No wonder they are suspicious of the uncle. Maybe he told Sebastian to meet him outside. I don't know. Let's see. And all the cameras was taken down from outside the home. Thank you, Red flag to me. Thank you. So this little girl's camera was taken down? That is. Who took the cameras down? That's what I'd like to know. Who took the cameras down? Luckily, there was CCTV with the little girl, the little Joselyn that I just covered's case. That's how they caught them guys, because they got them on TV with her, luring her. I thought this was a friendship made online, that he's not really an uncle. The kids of his friends called him Uncle Taco. This doesn't make him guilty, but I do have. So he's Uncle Taco in Sebastian Rogers' case. He's not really Sebastian's real uncle. So that was a married uncle for her. That was an RSO. The cameras were glitchy, and they said the case were also vandalized. Weird. Yeah. And the police wouldn't come out there and file a report. That is crazy. They call them aunt and uncle, but they are friends. So the people that are friends, his house that were staying there, was it the RSO uncle's house, Spike World? Was it his house? Is that why all the cameras was taken down? Seth and Sebastian visited him a few times. He knew Seth for a long time. I wonder if he has a history. If Sebastian was talking to him online, that's a red flag right there. If he was playing games with Sebastian. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. I don't trust nobody. I don't. Stephanie said the RSO is in East Texas. So he lives there, but he was going on vacation with him? Hang on, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to try to lay here and talk to y'all for a minute while I'm the stepsister of this little girl. So she came in to clarify. I guess she was listening in, and she tells us that the guy is in East Texas. He wasn't even there that night. So there's no way that he could be involved in this. So pay attention to Stephanie's McNeil's comments down here, because she comes in and talks about it. Okay, hang on. So they were on vacations together? Yes. Let's see. He is not involved in any way, shape, or form, nor has he met my stepsister. Stephanie, who are you related to? Are you related to this little girl or Sebastian? No, he was never there. I'm talking about the little girl, not Sebastian. No, I don't know how that got all twisted, but he has never met her. They go to Crystal Beach every summer of vacation, and someone pulled 2 summers ago some photos. Are you talking about little Estefan? The house is owned by Stephanie's mom. Her older sister lives in the house. Stephanie is Stefan's sister. Oh, I am so sorry, Stephanie. We want to bring awareness. That's why we were talking about it. So what do you think happened, Stephanie? No, I don't know how it all got twisted, but he never ever met her. They go to Crystal Beach every other summer for vacation. What do you all think happened, Stephanie, to your sister? The house is owned by Stephanie's mom. Her older sister lives in the house. Okay. Are you a Stefan's sister, Stephanie? Estefani Rodriguez is my stepsister. Okay. Do you want to come up and tell us more about this? Because we need to bring awareness to this case. We need to make this case go viral so we can find out what the heck happened to your baby sister or your baby stepsister. I'm not sure if it's her sister here or not, but Stephanie is her sister's name. So Stephanie is her stepsister, she's saying. So what happened? If you don't want to come up, you don't have to. But thank you, if you could tell us in the chat what happened to her, that would be great. Because we want to bring awareness to her. I'm glad the family is with family during this time. Hey, Amanda's love sweet tea. That is her. It's her sister. Okay. Well, I would love to know more about what happened in this case so we can get the facts out here. It's okay, I understand. We really don't know. She just vanished with no clue. Do they think that she went outside? Were you there? So this whole stepsister or sister's husband, all that is not true? Do y'all think the neighbors might have got a hold of her? Hang on just a second, y'all. Thank you, Tex. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a member for 10 months. I want to thank you for all you do in true crime. Oh, thank you, Texas. God bless you. Thank you. We are currently covering Estefani Rodriguez. Her sister was in chat last night. She's been missing for 2 weeks, and the police has still not filed a police report or even showed up at the house to look for her. She's from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The sister says there's a high crime rate there and they will not search for this little girl. There is video of the little girl in the house plugging her cell phone up. So we're listening to what the sister had to say. Thank you, Tex. Thank you. Here we go. I could see she's upset because I would be upset too. But I'm just wanting to talk about this case to bring it to public because we want to know what happened to this child. She said, I would love to, but the internet has been harassing me, my entire family. Like it's gotten so bad. Oh, I'm so sorry, Stephanie. I'm so sorry. Well, we don't do that over here, baby girl. I just want to know the facts. We try not to blame it. I'm actually friends with Don and Candace Wells. I don't know if you're familiar with missing 7-year-old or 5-year-old Summer Wells. We are friends, and this is their safe place. We don't let people attack family members over here. Absolutely not. I will be praying for Estefani and your family, Stephanie McNeil. I'm so sorry you guys are going through this. Let's pray for Estefani and her family. Yes. Everything that you guys know is all we know personally, no joke. It's just like she vanished off the face of the earth. Do you guys know that if she went to bed that night, or did she go out? Do y'all think she went outside? Let's see. When the family tried to come out, the internet did what the internet does and made it so bad. Stephanie has worked her ass off to advocate for her sister. Oh, well, you're safe over here. Don't you worry. They ain't nobody going to attack or say. I feel like this case is actually very similar to Sebastian Rogers' case. Sebastian Rogers is a 15-year-old boy that went missing in Hendersonville, Tennessee in February, and his family has been harassed horribly. And I actually think that he went outside. I think it's the same thing, same exact thing, Stephanie, with Sebastian Rogers' case, but they are literally ripping his parents apart. I was not there, but yes, all evidence that is out there is, hey, Myrtle Bird, all the evidence there is. Everything else is speculation. Is it true that the freaking law enforcement didn't come out there and do a report on this baby girl? That is so crazy. Thank you, Daisy, for understanding and not putting out lies for clicks. You're welcome, honey. We definitely want the truth. We want the truth. I'm glad that she's clearing this up because I didn't know. I was just going by with what people were saying in the chat. Yes, my other sister Sarah's husband is a registered offender. Love you. But they live way out in East Texas and they were trying to help, but they were spreading misinformation. Oh, okay. Okay. I get it, Stephanie. I get it. They will, and they will on the internet. They will. They will spread information from here till the end. They'll take any little bit of information that they can get and they will twist it and they will turn it and they will do what they can. You're welcome. So the law enforcement is searching for her now. They have an Amber Alert on her. Are they doing what they need to do to look for her? No, because I really believe that it could have very well been a neighbor. 99% of the time it is. Like, we cover little missing Michael Vaughn. I've actually had his mother up on my panel, and because he went missing, he actually was seen on neighbors' things, and they're not looking. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Hey, Dee Dee. But come to find out, the neighbors down the road admitted to burying the little one in the backyard, and it's just been a mess. They're still not full charges, but they are named as suspects. That case is a mess. But good night, Priscilla. Good night. But you definitely need to reach out and get some support. You all do, and get this girl's face out here. One thing, even though social media can be toxic, if you do the right thing and go out on people that you can trust and stuff, they will put pressure on law enforcement. And it sounds like to me that law enforcement needs to have some pressure on their butts to get them on this case. Let's see. Sarah said, just seems like there was a panic to spread awareness that some family members didn't get details and were confused when they were posted she was missing. There is so many rumors out here on these YouTube streets. Good night, Priscilla. We've tried. It's backfired. It will. But you know what? Even though it can be a she show, if you go on the right places like Nancy Grace is the girl to go to. And people like that, they can help. And they can help bring awareness. But now it will become a she show. They will put pressure on law enforcement to try to find her. All we know is she was looking for a charger. There's a door with no cameras. I feel like if a neighbor doesn't have her, then she's been trafficked, but it's all speculation. Y'all know I go down that rabbit hole about trafficking. We know it is a widespread worldwide problem, trafficking is, and I pray that she's not. Yes, tree, Father God, please let this child be found and brought home safe. Yes, it's still really early, so let's pray that she's a survivor and that Jesus puts his angels around her and protects her and keeps her safe. Yes, the cops took the report by phone only. They didn't even take her phone. See, now that is crazy. If this child is unalived, if something does happen, y'all need to sue. Oklahoma is bad. They claim she was a runaway. They are half-acing. They didn't even canvass the area because it's such a bad neighborhood that half the time when you do 911, the cops don't even come out. That is awful. That is awful. These police do need to go to work. Wow. I am so sorry, you all. I am so, so sorry. Yes, we are praying, and don't give up on God. Do not give up on God for no reason at all. You just keep hanging on. Stephanie said, but Sebastian is a great example of why all of my family has turned away from media. People are calling the police claiming that my family killed her. Yes, they will. That's the bad part of it. That's what Candace and Don Wells has. 911 never came out when I called when I lived there. Wow. See, Candace and Don has been ripped apart over their little daughter, Summer. And a lot of it, well, that's what's happened with Sebastian too. His mom and stepdad is being harassed, and his father, his biological father, and they have split them up and not, and just, it's just a mess. She was on the news 9 last night. She was good. Have you all tried to reach out to Nancy Grace? She would be a great one. Can we help by calling into the police department to get them to do more? Stephanie, you tell us what we can do to help, and we will do it. I don't want y'all to get harassed, but I will promise you that social media is really, it's a bad place. Things can get twisted, turned around. It's not the best. But whatever way we can help, we will do what we can. Dee Dee is a friend of Don and Candace Wells as well. Stephanie McDill, keep going to talk to Ellie if you have to every day, even if they don't tell you anything, but let them know your family won't take none from them. Exactly, Dee Dee. Exactly. Candace Summers, this is Summer Wells here. Hang on, y'all. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but this is Summer Wells. She is 5 years old. This is her mother, Candace, and she's been missing for 3 years. And she has a hard time with law enforcement. And her husband has been ripped to shreds on these YouTube streets. The problem is they are calling my number along with my dad's and her mom's. Love you. Like the address got leaked and people start trying to show up. Yes, they will. They'll do that. They're sleuthers. These people have ways of getting, they've done me the same way, Stephanie, and I'm just a YouTuber. They will sleuth you. If you can have things put in private, it's really hard to do because people can get on some of these websites and they can find out everything about a person and harass them. That's the worst part of it. I was supposed to get set up with Nancy Grace Connect, but some creators realized I wasn't going to feed into their narrative and took that away from myself and my family. Oh no. Amanda, how are you related to Estefana? Are you her mother? Let's see. I meant won't take no for an answer from Ellie, Miss Daisy. Exactly. You plan on it? Well, you just know that you guys have got all my support. Anything I can do for you guys, you are offered a platform up here. I guarantee no one will come in here and harass you or do anything. I stand by people that I care about, and I know this is the most devastating thing that a person can absolutely go through. I'm her sister's friend that was trying to help. Well, I thank you for being there for her because the family needs all they can get. I have that information to contact for connections to Nancy. Hello, I was Chris. about to send it to you. Yes, definitely, definitely. I was trying to use my connections with YouTube and they turned on this family. And they will, Amanda. They will. There is people out there that will push the narrative, that they will run with the crowd and try to push narratives. They will. Hey, Brown Bear, how are you? Stephanie, I'm praying for you and your family. Yes, I wish Candace was in here. Candace could give them some advice. She's sleeping right now, though. But anything we can do to help, we will. I don't even know what can be done at this point. The police have been harassed. The police have been harassed to themselves, and they are getting fed up.
Well, the police
That's
need to be
sad.
harassed.
That is sad.
But in my opinion, the police needs to be harassed because they need to go out there. Hey, Lady 7 Up, they need to go out there and file a freaking missing child's report. This child has been missing since freaking June the 13th for almost 2 weeks now or a week.
and they haven't even showed up to do a police report. I feel like they need to do something. I believe that the police does need to be harassed. Absolutely. They need to go search for this child. It's ridiculous. I cannot believe that they have not. They have not even searched for this child. Hey Sue baby. It is sad. It's very sad. But Stephanie's still in here talking to us, so we're going to listen. Yes, this happened about a week ago. There is video footage of this little girl plugging her cell phone off, taking her shoes off, just like with Sebastian, in her pajamas, and goes missing. And the family thinks that she went outside to get a phone cord and somebody got her. And police has never even been out there to file a police report. Oh, I'm sorry, Lady 7 Up.
There is a YouTuber that is really good,
Hey,
Stephanie, out here, and his name is Duty Rom. He's an ex NYC police officer, and he's really good about EquiSearch. And EquiSearch came out and searched for Summer Wells. They have $150,000 drone that they use, and it has night vision, and it can actually. All that should have already happened. Why has that not happened? But if you could reach out to Duty Ron, if anybody could put his link in the bio or in the one of my mods, she's in bed. She's supposed to work tomorrow, Daisy. Okay. Duty Ron works with EquiSearch, Texas EquiSearch. They will come out and search for your sister. They will. And they can help. There's so many people out here that can help. Just know if you met me and my family, if everybody met me and my family, they would know we are great people. Absolutely.
Well, Stephanie in here said that they think she's been trafficked. And the way that the police is acting and doing, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder if there ain't a big trafficking ring in that state or in that area.
Honey, absolutely. Stephanie has worked her butt off. Very sad. No help. No one is helping them, just harassing them. Well, you got to reach out to the right people. Duty Ron, right here. Reach out to this YouTube creator. He works with EquiSearch from Texas. They will come out and search for free for your little sister. They have, like I said, $150,000 drones that can see in night vision, and they can see for feet underneath the ground as well. And they're specifically designed to look for missing people. So, absolutely. My dad and her mom have made all their social medias completely private, which led to even more speculations from the masses. Well, we totally understand. We know. I think anybody that's on social media knows how crazy it can get. I have Duty Ron's mod. I've told Duty Ron's mod about it, and she gets back from vacation tomorrow, so I'm going to run it by her. Yes, and tell them to reach out to EquiSearch, Texas EquiSearch, but there is an East Coast EquiSearch as well. Tawala, tell them to reach out. She's my best friend. Aw. Well, anything that we can do for you guys to keep her little name out here and to keep the right information, I think it's best to talk about the right information and clear up rumors. But you got to be careful with some of these YouTubers. They're like vultures. They will bite you. They want to push a narrative. They want to. They want to push a narrative that the family's always at fault. And that's not true. Not always. Not always. I believe that Chris, Katie, and Seth are innocent. I think Sebastian eloped because autistic children do that. They run off. I think he wandered out the door, and I think he come across the wrong person. I left public. If left public, they take photos and dig for anything they can find. Unfortunately, I locked mine up. They will do that. They will do that, honey. I'm so glad you came here, Stephanie and Amanda. Right. Daisy, I've been extremely disappointed in YouTube and the people I thought I could trust. Me too, Amanda. But you have to learn. It's horrible. The things that people make up and say is horrible. You just gotta learn who you can trust and who you can't trust. And be careful because
There is some out here that will do anything for clicks and views. It's called ECCU Search. Stephanie McNeil, you can contact them. They have close connections with law enforcement. This might light the fire you need to find her. Unfortunately, Candace and Don Wells, they brought it to YouTube. They got tore up, but boy, did her face blow up. Even though they went through absolutely hell on YouTube, they made it to Dr. Phil. So, absolutely, just be careful. It can be a good tool if you pick the right people. I believe Duty Ron could hook you up with EquiSearch, maybe get in touch with the law enforcement. EquiSearch can come out. They should have already had a widespread. They should have already had a widespread search for this child. What is wrong with them? Just keep talking about her. That's all that can be done. Flyers in all states. Okay. If we can get some flyers, we'll try to put some here in Tennessee. I'm from East Tennessee. I live very close to Summer Wells, and Sebastian's on the other side. I'm so glad that you come in here and cleared that up. I'm writing that down. So, absolutely. I hope you can get EquiSearch out to search for her. Like I said, they have all kinds of things. They have ground searchers, they have drone searchers, they have dogs. Have they even took out dogs? Have they even searched for her with dogs, Stephanie? Have they brought any search dogs or anything? Me too, Tree Tree. Me too. It's weird. I wish I could help pass out flyers, Daisy, here in Michigan. I know. Well, maybe we can get some. I apologize for the misinformation too. I'm glad that you're coming in and straightening it out though, because there is speculation station everywhere. I'm so glad that that's been cleared up. They have horses, they have boats, they have all search methods. Yes, they do. We need to get boots on the ground in Oklahoma searching for this precious baby girl. You know, the neighbors' houses should have been searched. Like with Michael Vaughn's case, law enforcement actually they were there from the minute that they called. I don't get this. Even Brandy Neal would help be able to give you information to get help. She's Michael Vaughn's mother, and she's probably has some connections too. They have horses, they have boats. Let's see. Don't worry, Stephanie McNeil. Daisy will keep her face out there. Yes, if you want me to, I can do a live stream tomorrow early on about her to keep her face. If you want to join me in chat, you don't have to come up or anything, but you can kind of answer questions in chat to kind of keep her name and keep from a lot of misinformation out there. Yes, she's been treated awful, Debbie Nelson. I've cried many times at the look of her hurt on her face. It's terrible. Oh yes, Candace. What city in Oklahoma? I think it's Oklahoma City, Tree Tree. Daisy, if I send you my address, will you send me some flyers of the missing children? I will pass them. Yes, I will get them printed out and try to send you some, Gail. I had to threaten to sue a few of them. It's awful. Yes, well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of them out there. I ain't going to lie to you and tell you that they're not, because they are. And there's very few that's being kind to Katie and Chris. Like, Katie just lost Sebastian a little bit like a couple months ago, and Mother's Day went by, and some of them
Love
were
you
posting
too,
horrible things
Zigzag.
about her for Mother's Day, and it made me sick to my stomach. Unfortunately, sick creators use the First Amendment to harass people. Yep, yep. But hey, Critical Creek, how are you? But with that being said, even though it can be a complete and thorough she show, it does keep her name and her face out there, and it does keep people on law enforcement's tail. And I think law enforcement needs to step up and do something about this little girl missing. I cannot believe that they are not searching for her. I cannot believe that. That is awful, awful, awful. And I am so, so sorry, Stephanie. Let's see. Hey, Francis, how are you? I found him. They should have already had a widespread search. They haven't canvassed. They haven't canvassed, for God's sakes. Yes, they should have. They should have been out there that night or that morning when you all noticed that she was missing. They should have been there then. No dogs, no nothing. Oh my God. Whoa. That is, that sounds very, very fishy to me. Uh, Estefan was 13 years old. Wow. Did they search her phone? Did they look and see if she was talking to somebody online? You know, that's what law enforcement, they should at least get. I don't know if they have the Oklahoma FBI like the TBI here, but they at least need to get like FBI involved. They even got the Secret Service involved in Sebastian Rogers' case. What in the world are they doing? This is a 13-year-old little baby girl missing. I mean, that's horrible. That is horrible, y'all. I just hate this so much. Let me see. What news did you say it was on? Then I'll try to play it. We do, Daisy. It's OSBI. OSBI. And are they involved, Amanda? Have they got involved at all? What in the heck is going on in that state? That's just crazy. This is, they've not got involved? Something is not right. Something is not right. Something is very, very, very fishy right there. OKC Channel 9. Okay. Let me see if I can pull that up. Hang on. OKC Channel 9. Let's see if we can find it where they did. Let's see. I want to read here what Nora Wood said. Yesterday in my city, they found a 3-year-old wandering behind some houses. Police took her to station as of 2 hours ago. No one has claimed her. What the hell? I hope her family is okay. Yes, Nora. That happens more and more. People they're on drugs, they're not watching their children. It's untelling. I pray for that little baby. Lord have mercy, you all. That's something else. This whole world is going crazy, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. I don't think it's going to get better, Dr. Drink a Lot. I think it's going to get worse, but I don't think it's going to get better. Prayers for her, the baby, and the family, Nora. That is scary. I can't spell her name. Okay, so let's see. Let me see if I can find it on here. Tornado, severe weather. I'm not seeing it. What's her? Let's see. What Esther missing? Girl. There we go. 15-year-old girl out of Oklahoma City. Let me see. Wow, Nora. Family plan. That's something else. Safe. Wow. I'm not seeing it. That is true, Dr. Drinkalot. Let me type in her name, Estefan. You think somebody just took her and dropped her off? Maybe. Hang on, let me see what her name is. Estefani. She was on News 9 last night. Okay. I was spelling that wrong. Funny. Okay. Let's see. Let me see if I can fast forward this just a little bit. I just got here. What state and county is she in? Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. My family, Stephanie is her stepsister. My family did, yes, they went through the whole thing. OFBI has to be requested by the OKCPD. Amen. Well, they better get on it. They better quit just playing around. This is a child's life. She's been missing for 2 weeks now, and they still haven't searched. They should have had her cell phone. Dubdu said it's not a good thing to be missing, and the cops don't care. Exactly. Exactly. The family seems to think there might be some trafficking involved. I don't know, but it seems awful funny that law enforcement is not taking this serious. They should have had her computer. They should have had dogs out there searching for her. What in the world is going on?
Is it Oklahoma City or Oklahoma County?
Hey, beautiful diamonds. How are
Where
you?
she's missing. Let me see if I can
Love you.
find her. Let me see. I think I'm spelling her name wrong.
Hola.
Estefani. I'm spelling it with a PH instead of an F. Estefani. It's not in Oklahoma City. Let me see if I can find it. We got to get Nancy Grace on this, y'all. We got to. No doubt about it. We got to get the word out there. We got to get Equisearch out there. Can't. Let's see if I can find it.
That is so fishy. Dub Do said that area has many empty houses with squatters. Yeah, that area should have already been searched, but the police has never even showed their faces to even do a report. They never even did. Hang on just a second.
It's the funny. Estefani. What's her last name? Rodriguez. Agreed. She could be anywhere. And I never been so disappointed in law enforcement. Absolutely. I don't blame you.
Stu said, and they stole the cameras from the house too. Did law enforcement do that? Because Stephanie came in here last night, and Stephanie's her stepsister, and she said that that they didn't even law enforcement never even came out and did there still ain't been out there. They still have not been out there to do a police report, and this little girl's been missing almost 2 weeks. Diamond said, my youngest turned 9 today. I'm getting ready for her. Oh, tell her happy birthday, Diamonds. Happy birthday to your baby, Diamonds. Tell her I said happy birthday. Happy birthday to little Diamonds. Oh, I hope she has a blessed day. Dub said, oh, and that area, guess what? The gang specialist in? Trafficking. That's exactly what Stephanie, her stepsister, said. Stephanie said the very same thing. And do you think that's why law enforcement is not taking this so serious? You're welcome, Miss Diamonds. You're welcome, honey. That's why. Do you think law enforcement could be involved in this area, allegedly, into the trafficking? And that's why they're not looking for her? I hope she has a beautiful day, Diamonds.
I don't blame you at all. I would be devastated.
They don't care.
Here is True Crime Best. See if I can find it. Unfortunately, it's not even.
Who is Jesse McFadden? Is that you? Are you Jesse McFadden? And do you know this family? You're welcome, Diamonds. Do you know this family, or are you just from the area? I'm curious.
That's okay. Here's one. Arctic Fox crime. 13-year-old Estefani Rodriguez is missing from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Bring her home safe. Yes. But I'm not finding the news channel. I'll have to find that. Well, I will be.
Hang on. Dubdo said the cops let Jesse McFadden run a S ring. Oh, wow. And he's still doing this? Look up Jesse McFadden. Let me pull that up. Okay. There's several. Can you give me more? There's several Jesse McFadden's. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . I have to. Is he a district attorney? What is? I've looked it up, but there's several. Just last year in Oklahoma, her killed the girls and himself in Oklahoma. Oh, wow. Didn't Jesse McFadden essay his daughter's friends at a sleepover and killed them all? Oh my goodness. And the police let him get away with it? Alleged? Wow. And you think that S ring is still going? Tell the family to contact the attorney general in that state. I will if they come back in here. None of your business. They were in here last night, and I'm trying to get them hooked up with either Duty Ron or Nancy Grace to get the law enforcement to look for this little girl. They won't even look for her. He was allowed to get married and get close to his wife's children. Wow, Diamonds. Diamonds, this little girl, like there's a video of her plugging her cell phone in, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, she was in her pajamas and she kicked her Crocs off, went down the hall, didn't take her cell phone, and now she's gone. And the police has never even showed up to do a report, and it's been almost 2 weeks. Yes, it was disgusting. The police didn't do much because he allegedly unalived himself. Oh. No, alleged he worked with cops, y'all. Oklahoma cops were involved. Wow. He was a registered RSO. See, I heard that with the big celebs that a lot of law enforcement in Los Angeles allegedly is involved in these rings. Same with Jesse McFadden. Wow. This is Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And Stephanie here last night in chat is her stepsister. And she said they still have the phone. The law enforcement's refused to come out there and investigate. It's a bad crime area. They were going on vacation and they stopped at that house overnight and they were heading to Texas. And the little girl was seen on a Ring camera plugging her cell phone in her pajamas. She took her shoes off, went down the hall, never came back for her cell phone. They think she walked outside to get a cell phone charger and somebody grabbed her. Sadly, often if they assume you are a runaway, they won't put effort in it. That is sad. Can the family get contact with the FBI? I asked her if they had Oklahoma FBI. They're not involved. They're treating it as a runaway, but not even enough to come out there and investigate. They have never even came and did a report on this little girl at all. I got the autopsy to Oklahoma 5 before the family did. How did you do that, Dub Deuce? Refund the police at 50,000 more, not 50,000 RIS agencies. Lord have mercy. Y'all, let me tell you something. This is getting deeper as we know. They did the same. Yes, I did. Wow. Oklahoma sold them to us. What? Would you like to come up and talk about this, Deuce, or you want to stay anonymous in the chat? And they can't sue at all. Wow. Wow. Well, Stephanie, the stepsister, seems to think that there's trafficking involved. That's why the police isn't coming out. That's why they're not doing anything. And there is video footage, if you go back and look, of this little girl. Look it up. It's all out there. I will. I'll do some research on that, Dubs, and I'll come back tonight and we'll cover it more. Because I want this little girl's face to be out here. Are the family citizens? Yes, the family citizens. Absolutely. Yeah, they were living in Arkansas. That was their home that they, I don't know if they were going to try to sell it or what, but they stopped there on the way down overnight, and then they were going to go to a beautiful island or a beautiful beach and have vacation. They said they're very good people. Have they went to the police department and filed a missing? Yes, they've done all that, but law enforcement is refusing allegedly to not help what Stephanie is saying. There's no Amber Alerts, nothing. This makes me so angry not taking this little girl missing seriously. What the hell is wrong with our Justice Department? I know. I mean, we should be grateful that what happened to. Hey, Fonda Cheese, man. How are you, honey? Look, they left all evidence of ST and drugs and for us to see, and I saw all. He had chains and S toys he used as GERS. Oklahoma City police did that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I know in Kansas City, Kansas, Stub, my niece got unalived. She got ran over, and they still have not done anything about it. About the person that ran over her, and she ultimately died because of it. I can't believe y'all did not know this case. No, I did not know the case myself, but I'm starting to know it now. Sad, y'all. To this day, we can watch the evidence in that house. And they didn't do nothing because they said he was unalived, that he unalived himself. Wow. What about the people that was involved in the trafficking? Just because he unalived himself doesn't mean there wasn't other people that was involved. That was the ones that was doing all the stuff, buying these young children. Y'all, we need to keep our kids safe. Okay, I'm gonna continue playing what Stephanie was saying to me in chat. You covering her tomorrow, and I'll try to keep her little face out here said and try to keep her covered. That's what we do over here. Where could be anywhere. Miss Daisy, type in news. I did. It won't do it. But definitely, we need to get Duty Ron to get Equisearch out there. And Nancy Grace, we need these big YouTubers. Don't fool with these little ones because they can be bratty brats. But you need somebody that's got a lot of subscribers to keep the word out there and to get law enforcement to bring out place. I'm trying to get them help. Oklahoma did this just last year. Wow. So that means that the people that's in that department could allegedly still be in that department. Wow. And now we've got this little 12-year-old, 13-year-old girl missing, and they won't even come out and do a damn police report on her. And she's been missing since the 13th. It's getting so bad because the children are easier to get now, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. And it's not just young girls that's victims. Yeah, young boys is also victims as well. Right, Zigzag. So let's finish up. Sad, y'all. People to search for her. She needs to be searched. They need to search for this child. I do not get it. I do not. But my niece got unalived in Kansas City, Kansas. Prayers for you, and basically, there's no leads on her. Polly Pam, I need prayers, y'all. I love my family here. We'll pray for you in Jesus' name, honey. Prayers for you, honey. God knows what you're going through, and may He touch you and be with you through this, sweetheart. Either because it's such a big city, but this is a missing child. We have, yes, we canvassed all the areas ourselves. They need dogs on the ground. They need bloodhounds. Hey, Crystal B. When they hear the story, the big media sources like Nancy Grace Well,
rabbit.
exactly.
Polly Pam and ex cop could give you tips like Duty Rom on what to do and clear up a lot of speculations that are out here about your family that people are saying. And we need to get this child's face out here. No doubt about it. They need boots on the ground. They need searchers. They need EquiSearch. 2 weeks and the phone is still at the house. They need to go get that phone and they need to see who she was talking to. Did y'all search to see if she was talking to somebody in secret? Oklahoma City is Oklahoma County.
Search the baby's
Okay.
phone.
See, I've never been there before, so I'm not familiar with it. Okay, Rhonda Lynn, thank you. But they need boots on the ground. Do you think that she could have walked outside, Stephanie, and someone grabbed her? You know, I have a mother of a 5-year-old that happened to her, except the little boy that was 16 got her daughter, and she would go play with his sister every day. Thank you so much, Daisy, for giving Stephanie time to speak. People have done this family wrong. Thank you. You're welcome. And listen, you're welcome over here anytime you want to come over here and bring awareness to your baby sister. I know she's your stepsister, but you know that don't always mean nothing. Blood ain't always thicker than water. It depends on how you love and care about somebody. So you and your family and know that we will do everything we can to help you and know that you have a safe haven. We will not let them speculate over here, and we will not let anyone harass you all over here. I've got really good mods. They're very caring. I would not have picked them as mods if they wasn't, and they're very supportive to all families of missing children, not just one, but we have several families.
Okay, I want to read what Dupe said. Dub said the cops used to be at Jesse's house too. With all that he did, that's why they left all that evidence in the house. Wow. What sad, I can say way worse that happened to. It's all facts. I'm saying like a movie, but I'm telling all truth. Wow, that is sad. No, read the other one I wrote. The other one you read. Worst happened to. Let's see. What's sad I can say is way worse that happened to. It's all facts I'm saying like a movie, but I'm telling the truth. Okay, hang on just a second, y'all. Y'all, whoa, that's way too much. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's finish playing this. Thank you, Debbie.
Families of missing children that has come up on here and spoke. So I pray that law enforcement steps up and does something. We need all the prayers and positive energy you can muster. Absolutely. We will shower her in prayers. Absolutely. Miss Daisy, let's say Summer did experience dry drowning under her mom's care. Where is the poor body? Marion, I don't know. I'm just saying she could have wandered off. I don't know if she did or not. I'm just saying. She could have got sick, got scared, and hid. My daughter did that. She was choking one time when she was around Summer's age, and she ran off and hid. She got scared and hid. And boy, did I bawl her out over that. Prayers, Amanda, for you and your family, hon. This is sad, y'all. I'm glad that I covered this tonight. I'm glad that we had an opportunity to talk to Stephanie because
Okay, guys. I do want to continue this tonight. I want to come back and talk about this live, but um I want to bring up another case that we will be talking about as well. And it's about a young boy that was in a camp that died after 24 hours being in the camp. He was there for, I guess it was for bad kids. It was a camp that they send bad kids. And I've heard some really bad stuff about these camps. This is credit to Nancy Grace. In fact, Paris Hilton was sent to one of these camps and she was extremely abused. Paris Hilton was. And now we've got this child that is deceased. I want to go over this before I end the live because I want to talk about this as well tonight. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Hey, Saltwater, how are you? Hello, hello. We have a lot to talk about tonight, y'all. But I want to play this.
You don't want the whole world to know how sick you are.
Nancy Grace, you all.
Little boy, just 12 years old, what is that, 5th grade, is dead after just 24 hours at summer camp. Found dead without his pants. In the last hours, ruled a homicide. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us.
Okay, Doug. Thank you for coming in. Hang on, y'all. I got a wristwatch. Be sure to join us tonight for sure. Be sure to join us tonight, Dubs, for this. Because I want to continue talking about Estefani.
Ruled a homicide. With me, an all-star panel to make sense of what we know right now, including an investigative reporter, a renowned medical examiner, therapist, and importantly, the co-founder, CEO of Unsilenced, a victim of the troubled teen industry, and a beautiful young woman who attended the camp at just age 12, like this little boy. As I like to do with juries when I can, let's go back to when this happened and hear the 911 call.
You got an age on the subject? 12, 1, 2. Okay. Medicine 8, Medic 4, CPR is being given at this time. I asked them to have somebody out to flag y'all. The team just behind the 500 building. I keep losing contact with the subject. Forest Service. I'm here and I don't see nobody nowhere.
I mean, my stars, you've got a little boy dying or dead on your watch. It's just been ruled homicide. This camp is full of counselors and kids, and they don't have anybody out there to direct the ambulance to the right location in a giant wilderness camp. I mean, before I go to Nick Oxner, investigative producer and chief investigative reporter, WBTV, to Dr. Eric Eason, renowned forensic pathologist. Dr. Eason, for lack of a better term, that's BS. I mean, look, my dad had one cardiac event, as doctors like to say, after the next. One of us, my mom, will be performing CPR. Another one of us will be out in the driveway waving, trying to flag down the ambulance. I mean, every second counts. And guess what? They saved his life more than once. So here we got the ambulance just driving around the camp, just for starters, trying to find the little boy. I mean, have you ever heard anything?
I'll tell you, one time I was in a CPR moment. We had a code blue and I was doing CPR on a patient. And if you've ever done CPR on a patient, it's absolutely exhausting. And the EMS was literally sitting outside the door. Literally sitting outside the door. You know that every second counts. Every second counts on a person. I could go deeper into that on what the EMS does, but yes, sometimes that happens. I have to say that was not good. I can't say no.
Like it. A camp full of counselors. They're supposed to be trained in CPR and doing the right thing.
I've never heard anything like that before myself. It wasn't a remote area, so maybe that had something to do with it. But yeah, sounds like it was pretty disorganized.
Every week, millions of Americans are filling their carts with ultra-processed, low-quality food.
All right.
You don't need, hey, remote area, that looks pretty swank to me. Parents paying thousands of dollars to send their children. This isn't even a teen. He's 12 years old, from New York, thousands of miles away in the middle of the wilderness, and nobody can even get the ambulance to the boy to try to save his life. Okay, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Listen.
They said they had to go to the office to call. Said they woke up, subject was still in the bed and responsible. Hey, I think I got him. No. Everybody wants, when you get to my truck, on my way out through here, get to my truck, come by that cabin, and up the hill. This is a hike. Copy that. 8-1, I'm showing you on scene. I'm almost here.
So the counselors get told there's something wrong, and now they say they had to go to the office to make the call. And then we find out the counselors and staff won't cooperate with the investigation. Listen.
The Transylvania County Sheriff's Office said when they arrived at Trails, Carolina for an unresponsive participant, medics found evidence that CPR had been performed, but the child appeared deceased for some time. But now, in an odd twist of trust, the Wilderness Therapy Camp in North Carolina is refusing to allow investigators to talk to staff or juveniles present when the 12-year-old died. According to a search warrant, the boy suffered a panic attack the night he arrived at the camp, and the next morning he was found cold, stiff, and frothing at the mouth. Not being able to talk to staff or campers, it is unclear what caused the boy to present with frothing from the mouth. According to an affidavit from the detective that got the search warrant, froth about the mouth could indicate he ingested some sort of poison.
First of all,
Wow.
I gave up cursing when the twins were born, but every way, every term I would think of to describe this would break that vow. For those of you just joining us, a shock coroner's report reveals that a 12-year-old little boy is dead at Trails, Carolina wellness camp due to homicide. First of all, I want to go to Nick Oxner joining us, executive producer, chief investigative reporter at WBTV, and he has been investigating Trails, Carolina since May 2021. Okay, Nick Oxner, thank you for being with us. It raises a huge red flag when witnesses and employees will not cooperate with LE law enforcement. That's a concern.
I think it was a concern to the sheriff, and he highlighted that lack of cooperation in the public and statements that he's made, that his deputies couldn't get information about what happened on the scene, and they've continued investigating.
You have been investigating this camp, the so-called therapeutic camp. Therapeutic, $4,900 the last time I looked to enroll, up to $700+ a day for a 12-year-old to do what? Walk around the trails and have 3 hots and a cot. I mean, nearly $800 a day, $5,000 enrollment fee. Why did you, Nick Oxner, begin investigating Trails, Carolina?
Yeah, we got a phone call from a concerned parent whose child almost went there. And essentially that phone call said, I've looked into this place and done my own homework, and maybe you ought to look into it as well. And actually, Nancy, what we found is that the children attending Trails, Carolina, most of the time don't even get a cot. They're actually sleeping in a sleeping bag or a sleeping mat, either in a cabin or out in the wilderness. And that's just emblematic. I say that because emblematic of the kind of experience they're getting at this.
$5,000.
How did the whole thing start? Listen.
The parents of a 12-year-old boy think Trails, Carolina might be just the place to help their son. Trails, Carolina claims to be a leader in wilderness therapy, offering an adventure wilderness program for children who have behavioral and/or emotional difficulties. The parents say their boy is transported by 2 men from New York to Trails, Carolina camp at Lake Toxaway, North Carolina.
Okay, so this is like what Paris Hilton was talking about when they come in and kidnap the kids in the middle of the night. The parents pay them sometimes to come and take the children. If the children is misbehaving, they'll come in the middle of the night and just take the kids. And it's like a camp for unruly kids. And a lot of kids have come forward and said that they've been starved and everything, like mistreated. I reckon Paris Hilton was treated horrible, locked up and everything. Like, she's very traumatized from that camp. And she speaks out about these camps. Y'all look into it. Oh, wow. I thought he suffocated. I almost sent my 23-year-old to a camp, but after those research decided, hell no. Yeah. Look up Paris Hilton and her advocating for these camps and these young kids they send to camps.
Their son arrives at the camp in an agitated state. The 12-year-old is loud and disruptive, but he is assigned to a cabin with other children as well as 4 adults. In less than 24 hours, the 12-year-old is dead. Sheriff Chuck Owen B says an autopsy is being conducted because the death appeared suspicious since the boy died at the camp less than 24 hours after he arrived.
A boy dead, just 12 years old, 24 hours after getting to camp, having panic attacks, upset. I wonder why. Found dead without his pants on. Joining me in addition to Nick Oxford.
Wow, he didn't have his pants on? Do you remember when they found the 2 kids unalive a year ago at the camp? I don't remember, but I remember that there was a lot of controversy. They found 2 kids unalived at the camp? Wow. I think it was 3 kids. 3 kids? Wow. I think I do remember something about that. Wow. I've heard about these camps. I had a couple unruly kids and would never send mine off where I had no access, no way. Yeah, they take their cell phones. They're not allowed to talk to their families. Like, Paris Hilton is a big advocate for these kids in these camps. because her parents sent her to one of those camps. They do things to kids that I would never even think about doing to my child, let alone allow them to do. Exactly. I'm glad that Nancy's on this.
From WBTV, Leanne Roberts is joining us, a beautiful young woman who attended Trails, Carolina, age 12, just like this little boy. Leanne, thank you for being with us. Tell me about your experience at Trails, Carolina.
Yeah, so from the very first minute that you're there, it's pretty traumatizing. The first thing that they have you do is, conduct a strip search, and everything you have is taken from you. And that kind of set the tone for the rest of my stay there. I experienced, and witnessed things that no 12-year-old ever should, no child ever should, no person ever really should, all in the name of therapy, which we actually weren't even really receiving. We saw a therapist once to maybe 2 times a week. So, I mean, yeah, just horrible. There were, we weren't getting enough food. At 12 years old, I enrolled at 90 pounds and I left at 80. So that's 10 pounds over a 3-month span. I
Wow.
spent Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's there. We weren't given enough adequate gear for the weather, the temperature. So we got to like negative 20 degrees and we had 2-3 layers max of really thin clothing. Just some horrific stuff.
I'm trying to take in everything that you were saying, but you gave me so much information. I've got to dissect it. You said that you, as a 12-year-old little girl, saw things that no child nor anyone should ever see, such as what?
On many occasions, I saw my friends' faces being pushed in the ground when being put on a restrictive hold. I, experienced and watched my friends be so emotionally manipulated. We had a problem with, when I was there, with understaffing, and they wouldn't have enough staff sometimes to facilitate bathroom breaks. And so that meant that instead of letting us use the restroom, they would rather us like pee our pants. And so in a solution to that, because we weren't doing laundry, we weren't getting showers, everyone smelled of urine, and they threatened and for some girls distributed adult diapers instead of letting us use the restroom. And that's truthfully only like the tip of the iceberg, which is deeply saddening, but those are, just a few things that come to mind.
Let me see Leanne Roberts, please. Leanne went to this camp at just 12 years old. Praise the Lord, she's alive.
Wow.
The damage and the trauma and the emotional problems it's caused her, that's a whole nother can of worms. But she's alive. So she lives to fight another day. She lives to deal with what happened at Trails, Carolina. This little boy didn't live. 12 years old, pale, frail, upset, having panic attacks. And he dies within 24 hours of going to this camp.
I agree.
This is camp
Stillwater.
season, parents. Wake up.
I agree, but this is not just a normal camp. This is a camp for troubled kids. So they do a lot of corporate punishment to these kids. The mental abuse will last forever. Yes. Paris Hilton speaks out about it. I think she still kind of holds a grudge against her parents for doing that to her. They leave. They are troubled children, but they come back just broken children.
Be alert. Leanne Roberts, you stated that when you got there, you had to be strip searched, that you were not given bathroom breaks, that the campers were told to wear adult diapers so they could urinate and defecate in their pants. Why?
I mean, they would have all these kind of like safety reasons. They didn't really have an excuse for the diapers other than it was our fault for drinking so much water and not managing it, which is ridiculous because if you gotta go, you gotta
No,
go.
they're not court ordered. Family just chooses to put them in there. I don't believe they're court ordered. Here we go.
But the strip searching, they say it's to make sure you don't have anything dangerous on you, but they take away everything you come in with. And I genuinely do believe that it's, a way to strip you of your individuality and maybe any comfort you have going in. You're dressed all the same as the other children. You don't have anything that, like I said, is comforting or makes you feel safe or, you're just kind of stripped down to the bone.
You mentioned the strip search. You're describing that. Guys, I doubt all of you parents experienced this if and when you got to go to camp. We got to go to camp at 4-H camp. And I remember my parents trying to get together the money to go to 4-H camp. It was $37 for each child to go to 4-H camp. And we got to go, but it was a wonderful, fun experience. The only time each year that I would be away from home overnight. What you were hearing happened. This happened. There's no doubt about it. A little boy is dead tonight. after just 24 hours at this camp. It's not just at Trails, Carolina, that this is
Amen,
happening. As a
Rich.
matter of fact, take a listen to a victim that managed to survive the Provo Canyon school.
The first thing that they said to me was, "You're going to need to be strip searched." And so they took me to this room filled with 5 or 6 staff in there. Yeah, I had to remove all my clothes. They had to thoroughly examine my body. They asked me to, to do very strange things. While I was naked, they asked me to bend over, touch my toes. I had to spread everything apart. I was told to squat and to cough, and they had me do that repeatedly for a few minutes while the staff members laughed and made jokes.
Gosh, that's horrible. That is horrible.
Dying just 24 hours later.
Wow.
Found dead 24 hours after going to Trails, Carolina camp, a therapeutic wellness camp for.
I want to read this. Nancy asked her to describe the horrific things they did to her, and she described nothing bad at all. Some of the stuff was, I feel like. We pay for inmates in juvenile jails. A troubled child is sent there. There will be more trouble when they come back. That's just adding to their troubles. Exactly. A troubled child has got some kind of trauma. Something is there. Something is happening to that child to make that child. Something has happened. And to send them to a place where they get further abused, yeah, not good.
For children and teens, did his parents have any idea what really went on at that camp before they sent him? I've heard many, many true life traumatic stories about how children are basically kidnapped. The parents know what's happening, but the child doesn't know it's about to go to a camp, and they are just taken away, and they end up at a camp, a wellness camp or a boot camp for children and teens. Joining me, Meg Applegate, co-founder, CEO, Unsilenced, victim of troubled teen industry, author of Becoming Unsilenced, Surviving and Fighting the Troubled Teen Industry. And you can find her at unsilenced.org. Meg, thank you for being with us. A death, as if a strip search and malnourishment, beatings, hazings, adult diapers, as if that's not enough. Now, Meg, a death of a 12-year-old boy at camp.
Right. And it's very, very sad. And unfortunately, we're not all that surprised.
We understand that this little boy was not delivered to the camp by his parents, that 2 strangers took him. How does that work?
Yeah, so we call that an escort service, or a lot of people call that gooning. It's basically when you're woken up, usually in the middle of the night, you're told that you're coming with them. A lot of times you're asked to undress in front of them, asked to go to the bathroom in front of them, and then you're escorted from your home to wherever you're going to be going.
Now, what did you say the phrase to describe it is?
Maybe we'll call it gooning.
Gooning, G as in gregarious, O-O-N, gooning, correct?
That's
gooning. Okay, that evokes nothing but a semblance of fear, of terror to get gooned. I mean, what do you mean gooned?
I mean, it's pretty much how it feels. Myself, I was gooned as well. And it's so incredibly traumatic that it sticks with you for the rest of your life. It's truly like you're being kidnapped.
What happened to you exactly?
So I was woken up around 2 a.m. by these 2 strangers. They said, "You're coming with us, and we can do this the easy way or the hard way." And they indicated that the hard way was going to be in handcuffs. So I listened, and they basically made me undress in front of them, go to the bathroom, threw me into the back of an SUV, and we were off to LAX and off to my first program.
To Nick Oxner joining us, Chief Investigative Reporter, WBTV. He has been investigating Trails, Carolina since 2021, and there's a reason for that. This guy, Nick Oxner, doesn't just get up your tailpipe for no reason.
I wonder if this is the same camp that they sent Paris Hilton. I wonder if this is the same camp that they sent her to.
Nick, again, thank you for being with us. How do the children, the teens, get to Trails, Carolina? Because I noticed immediately this little boy, and we are withholding his name, the little boy that ends up dead without his pants on in the middle of the night, he did not get escorted there by his parents. They didn't take him to camp and drop him off like in, what is it? The Parent Trap. Remember that? Lindsay Lohan is taken by the butler, I think it is, and by the dad, and it's wonderful. It's not like that. What is gooning? Are you familiar with that, Nick?
Yeah, just about every former participant at Trails Carolina that I've spoken with, and I've talked to more than a half dozen of them, just about everybody was gooned or transported to the camp. And I'll tell you, the very few that I've talked to who weren't had a slightly less traumatic start to their camping experience. But it's exactly, as I've heard it, luckily I never had to experience this, but as I understand, it's exactly like what we just heard Meg describe. These strangers come to your house, you're woken up in the middle of the night and taken, whisked away unexpectedly by these strangers, far away. Think about this boy came from New York City to the wilderness of North Carolina. I've been out to the site of the Trails Carolina camp, and let me tell you, it's nothing like New York City.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Karen Stark joining me, renowned psychologist, TV radio trauma expert, consultant, and you can find her at Karen Stark.
Okay, yeah, y'all. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this live right here. We don't have a whole lot of people in here today, so I think I'll come back tonight and finish this live up. We're going to talk some more about the little girl, Rodriguez girl, and more about this camp. But y'all know I come on at night, so I wanted to bring attention to this. Hopefully, this little girl's family will come back and we'll get more information. We'll cover some more tonight. But listen, y'all, I love y'all. Stay prayed up. Stay safe out here on these YouTube streets. They're gangster. and y'all, God bless y'all. I hope you have a good evening. I will be back later on tonight. And y'all have a good evening. God bless you all. And I'll be back around probably about 9-ish, dub deuce. I'll be back around 9-ish. But yeah, if y'all can share this, if you can, get the word out there. Y'all have a good day, and please pray for this little girl that she's found safe and that her family can find out what happened to her. And keep her little face out there, y'all. If you have to share her pictures, Google her pictures, share her pictures, but keep her little face out there. I love y'all. Hit that subscribe, that like. God bless y'all. Bye, everybody. See you this evening.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly.